Hello, friends. I hope you're doing well today. Pastor Logan here, and I am so excited about this opportunity for you to step into the role of teaching the lessons from our Sunday morning curriculum to your children. And I know some of you may feel very comfortable and confident doing that. Some of you may not feel comfortable at all, but I am so excited to see how God moves in this time, how His hand is molding and shaping our hearts, your hearts, and the hearts of our kids as we kind of make this transition and make this switch. And so I'm excited to see what God has in store during these times together. And I want to do all that I can to help you feel equipped and prepared as you step into this role. And so I wanted to make this video to explain our Sunday morning curriculum to you, to talk about how it's broken down, how the pieces fit together, to explain the terminology that you'll see as you are preparing each lesson. And so I hope that this is a valuable resource for you. Our Sunday morning curriculum is called The Gospel Project, and it's produced by Lifeway, and it is a 3-year curriculum that goes through the whole Bible and shows how each story points to or speaks directly about or refers back to Jesus. So we'll spend 3 years going from Genesis to Revelation and exploring how these stories help us learn and know about Jesus. And so as we desire to connect our kids to Jesus, this is a wonderful tool that provides great avenues to help connect the stories in the Bible to Jesus. So the 3 years, we're going to spend 18 months in the Old Testament and then 18 months in the New Testament. So the curriculum is kind of divided down the middle that way. Each year is further broken down into 4 volumes, and you can think about these as quarters. Each volume contains 13 lessons. Then each volume is further broken down into 3 units. And then each unit is further broken down into between 3 and 6 lessons. And so the lessons in each unit are connected in some way, follow a common theme. And so we'll kind of move through our lessons, move through our weeks that way. And so we have our 3-year total curriculum, and then each year is broken down into 4 volumes or quarters. Each volume is broken down into 3 units, and then each unit is broken down into 3 to 6. The curriculum calls them sessions, or it's the weekly lessons. So each lesson has a variety of elements, and so I want to speak about those specifically. Each lesson has a lesson or session title, and so this describes what the lesson is about. It also has the Bible passage, and so this is the place in the Bible where this story comes from. So as you are preparing for the lesson, as you are teaching the lesson, you can know where to go in the Bible to read the lesson, to walk through it as you are teaching it and engaging with it with your kids. And then each lesson also has a story point. And so this is the main takeaway from the story, kind of the summary statement that we can boil this story down to, that we want our kids to think about and remember. And then there's also a couple elements that are unit specific. So over the course of those 3 to 6 lessons, you'll have the same of these different elements. And so the first one is the key passage, and this is the theme verse for the unit. So all of those 3 to 6 lessons will somehow tie into this key passage or this theme verse. And this can be a wonderful memory verse for you to challenge your children to learn. It can be something that you revisit throughout the week to help them think about this key passage verse to help our kids know and remember God's Word. And then the second part that is unit specific over the course of these 3 to 6 lessons is what's called the big picture question. So this is a question and answer statement that helps us remember a truth about God or about the Bible or about the church or about a life of faith. And so it's a question and answer that helps us remember and know these truths about God. So what we often do on Sunday morning is the teacher asks the question and then the children give the answer. And so you'll revisit the big picture question a few times each lesson, and then also over the course of those 3 to 6 lessons in the unit. So your kids will really have this reinforced and be able to be imprinted on their hearts and their minds. And then the last component of each lesson is what's called the Christ connection. And so this is usually a few sentences or a paragraph that describe how this story that you're teaching talks about Jesus, whether it foreshadows Jesus, whether it talks specifically about Jesus, whether it points back to Jesus. And so this is the avenue that you'll use to connect this story to the life and work of Jesus. So I know it'll take a little bit of time, a little bit of getting used to and familiar with these different elements, but I know that it will be a wonderful opportunity. I know that God will continue to do amazing things, and I am confident that He will be glorified in it. So again, anything I can do, please let me know, but I am praying for you. I am rooting for you. I love you, and I know that God will be glorified in these times together.